everyone, my name is Frank Flack. I'm with the Carroll County Cycle Club. Basically, I'm here today to show you guys a few things that you should always have on your bike just in case you've got to do some emergency trailside repairs. First thing that we should maybe look at is just in general making sure that your bike is fairly well tuned to begin with. A lot of people just pull their bikes out of storage after a long winter and just take off and start riding again without really doing any real tune-ups. A couple key points that I would always look at is number one, your tires. You know, make sure you still got some good tread left on them yet. There's no threads on the sidewall starting to show out. If there's threads and stuff like that starting to show through, it's best to replace them. You never know what you're going to come across on the trails. Might be a little piece of glass, a stick, thorns, anything. When those threads start showing through, it's really quite a little bit easier for debris and parts to puncture through and give you a flat tire, and that just kind of ruins the ride for the day, you know what I mean? The second thing you should probably look at is your chain. The chain should be changed at least once a year. I try to change mine twice. Unless I'm in a real dirty environment or something like that, then I'll change it a third or maybe a fourth time. You kind of look at it, it should have pretty good play in it. There shouldn't be any visible rust on it. Make sure it's fairly well oiled. You don't want a lot of oil on it, but you want to make sure that it's moving real nice and freely. That'll help with shifting and that sort of thing. It'll also prevent breaks in the chain. Sometimes these links, if they're not well oiled and you're shifting to extreme gears, it'll twist that chain up and you'll get a broken chain. That's real difficult to fix out there on the trail. The other thing I'd like to point out is the bag. To perform any sort of trailside repair, you're going to have some tools and spare parts with you, like inner tubes, chain links, you name it. If you don't have it with you out on the trail, pretty much you're going to be walking your bike, so you got to have something to carry the gear in. I like these little underseat bags. They work real well for me. There's other options out there. That's just the one I use. Some people carry their gear in their backpack when they're riding down the trails and stuff. Personally, I like to get the weight off from my back and onto the solid frame of the bike. It makes things just a little bit easier and more enjoyable when you're out there riding. Now then, like I was saying before, there's you want to make sure the tires are good tread. There's no side threads on the sidewall showing through. If for some reason all that hasn't saved you, you're still going to need to have to change your tire out on the course. To change out your inner tube in the tire, you're going to need to have the tubes with you. I've got a couple here. Obviously, you can see that they're two completely different sizes. You really need to make sure that you've got the right tube for the tire. Each tire is a little bit different size, and you need to make sure that you've got the right tube for the tire. If you look around the outside edges, it's always going to say on here. In this case, this one here is a 26 by 2.2. Each tire is going to be a little bit different. They range anywhere from, like on a mountain bike frame, 26 inches is pretty standard. But the actual width of the tire here changes from like a 1.65 all the way up to a almost 3.0 tire. And that really adjusts what type of tube you need in here. You can have a little bit of play in the sizes, but it's best to have the right tube for the correct tire. After we've figured out that you've got the right tube for the correct tire in your bike and is with you in your pack, you're going to need to take the actual entire wheel assembly off, be it the whole thing. There's a couple different ways that can occur. Very popular on bikes today is the quick release. It's just a lever that you pop out and the bike wheel will fall away. There are others out there that still have the nut and bolt system on them, and you're probably going to need to make sure that you have the correct wrench size to fit on your bike for that. That's just something you want to keep in mind while you're packing up this here toolkit. Just a short one size open end box wrench will work for that. So basically, after you've got the whole wheel set off from the bike, you're going to need to take the tire off of the rim so you can get down to the inner tube. These here are the tire levers that we're going to use to remove the tire from the rim. Basically they come in sets of usually 2. Basically just split apart. They snap back together for easy travel. Basically what they do is they insert between the rim and the tire. You pull them down and they just travel right along the rim and help peel that tire right off from the rim. Makes it a little bit easier. Some people with today's rims, the way they build them, there's fairly tight tolerances. Some tires come off a little bit easier than others. Just have some patience, work slow and steady. Don't try to get rammy about it. It will end up ruining your tire. But just slow and steady and you'll be able to work it off.